Hey guys, hopefully you are doing well. Harry here, and today I would like to thank you guys for watching my videos and providing me positive feedback. In this 30 days of journey, I just able to show you how the programming look like, what is up, basically a mind map. So I will show you a clear pictures when I will start making a video on YouTube. So those video gonna be more vast and more deep, where I gonna make you understand how the logic work. I'm gonna give you each and each vocabulary, how to use those technical words, like technical terms, so just to define and justify those all the process in our programming. Well, hopefully you guys are enjoying my videos, and let's make it short, right? So basically this is a Python videos, and next will be our pandas data frame, which will be on NumPy. Then we'll go for NumPy, and we also go through matplot, seaborn. Then we will learn the sklearn, right? So how we're gonna use the machine learning algorithm. But before the machine learning algorithm, we'll learn the basic of data visualizations, how to play with the array, how to pre-process and post-process. Post-process is basically about the data visualization. Pre-process, basically we are cleaning those data, the missing values, how to get the data from the outsourcing, like basically kegels, and after that, then we're gonna make a video on machine learning algorithm, how to use the machine learning algorithm, not to build a machine learning algorithm. Well, after learning how to use the machine learning algorithm, then we'll use the how to build a machine learning algorithm. Then we will play with the finance, how the fintech work, how to visualize, how to interpret. Then we go into data analytics. So there's lot of things coming on right on this year, so I'm gonna make a lot of videos on this, right guys? And let's work with our functional programming. Okay, so this is the second video on functional programming, right guys? Okay, let's move on. Well guys, so basically we're gonna build an algorithm into functional programming. Basically those algorithm will take a list of number, then it will segregate those number into even and odd, right? So how we gonna build an algorithm is very easy. So basically just imagine like you have an algorithm for the even number, and basically those algorithm will take all the input for and only give the output of the odd number, right? And basically leftover number will be our even number, right? And basically whichever not present inside the even number, and we're gonna compare with those number list, then the leftover will be our odd number. So it's very easy, like I know it's very easy, like, right? So let's build it, right? So let's say def is even, right? And let's say number, well, I would like to put underscore over here, that will be better. Yep. And I will say return. Basically we're gonna return those values, right? I will say number, which number is basically stand for those all the list we are fitting inside our number, sorry, inside our function, right? So then I say percentage will stand for our modulo, right? Then I will say 2, basically just to check it is an even or odd, equal to 0 if the remainder is 0, right? So if the remainder is 0, that is an even number, right? So let's say def, we're gonna make another function, right? Def, let's say even, right, odd. So basically it's gonna even and odd separator, right? Separator, let's say even and odd separator, right? That's will be fine in it. So let's say number, and of course a semicolon. Basically what happened is like whenever you want to help, you can say help, right? And you can say list over here, says automatically so all those method how to use those lists, right? So you can see over here on the first line of code, it says even equal to list filter. So basically this line of code is a new list, right, that filter the input number from is even. This is the is even, right? And keep it only the even number from the original list, right? And the second one is saying like odd, right? This odd basically is another new list that filter the input number using a lambda, right? This is our lambda, right? And the function lambda applies a not operator, you can see over not, basically not, right? And to the result in the is even, right? Basically that's our is even, right? And the function effectively keep only the odd number from the original list, right? So basically I know it's difficult to make you understand on how this thing exactly is about when it's come to building the basic, but I will show you some cool example. Let's say MUL, that stand for multiply, right? Let's say lambda, right? So after this, right, you have to understand x and y, you have to put over here. That basically give us two argument x and y. Let's just treat it like a function, okay? So lambda x and y, that is our two argument, right? Then say x and expression side y. Basically we are giving expression over here. It is our algorithm where we're doing multiplication, right? Then we'll say result, right? And we'll say MUL, that stands for, of course, our variables multiplication side, and I will say 100 by 20, and I'll call the result. Now you can see over here that's saying 2000, and similarly if I put a negative sign over here, right, it's basically sign of subtractions. So there we go. Now you can see over that's 80, right? So basically then you have to change this subtraction, right? So let's not waste time on this, right? So I just trying to show you how this work, right? So next basically next we're gonna put a number of list, right? So I will say number. So let me give you a cool example how we're gonna add a number without typing all those 100 numbers side. I'll say x for x in range. This is a list comprehension, right? So this is the very important topic in our future. And I will say 1 to 100, right? And you want to see how this look like now. There we go. So now you have till 100, okay? Still 99. So for 100 you have to keep 101 because it has a range, right? So there you go, 100, right? So after this we're gonna do we're gonna call those we're gonna call all those functions, right? So before calling the function we have to store in a list. So on a list, of course, on a list, right? So basically we're gonna declare our variables, let's say even and odd, right? Then we'll say even or separator. Then we're gonna add those number, right? So this number will gonna we're gonna take an argument from our even or separator function, right? So there we go, we have run this. Now we can say even, right? So now we can see over here those are the all even number till 100, right? And we can put a line over here to check how many even number over there. So there we go, there's 50 even number, right? Then we'll say odd, and you can see is the all odd number, right? So now we're gonna say lan, right? There we go, right? So that's a 50. Now you can say there's a 50 even number and 50 odd number, right? If I took a random random number, right? Let's say 121024898, right? So now we're gonna see there's a 51,248 even number and 51,249 odd number, right? So if we make some irregular, right? So irregularity, right? So 1025 and 100, right? So there is 0 even number and there is a 1015 odd number. You know why it's happened? Because there's a 100 over here, right? Because of the 100, this is the interval time is 100, right? So let me show you something, a very cool thing. Right, if I take 5, right, and I will say number. There you go. I will make a separate video on this after finishing this 30-day journey where you're gonna learn about all these Python inbuilt functions, and it is really cool and it's really awesome. But when you're using a Python inbuilt function, especially building an algorithm like you are using inside the functional programming, then you have to use a list and you have to index, through for loop. And hopefully I'll see you on the next video, guys. Cheers.